Hey guys, welcome back to another redstone video. Today I want to show you a movable enderpearl stasis chamber. That's actually something I wanted to make years ago, but back then I didn't find the courage and time to actually do it. And I also forgot about it. But in the latest snapshot we actually got a change to enderpearl mechanics that made stasis chambers a lot simpler, and therefore also movable stasis chambers a lot simpler, at least in the overworld. So this is the new design for an enderpearl stasis chamber. Water bubbles now also elevate enderpearls. Those are actually really nice, and also due to the bug fixes a couple of months ago, now finally viable. So you just need to throw an enderpearl in there, and then it keeps bouncing until you break the enderpearl somehow. So you could extend a piston, and then you get immediately teleported. So I could move away a little bit and activate this from here, and then get teleported. Also, you could throw this in there, your friend stays in this area, you do something else, and quick travel back if your friend would activate this. Unfortunately, unlike in older versions, you can no longer make just a redstone dust line. There's a couple hundred or even thousands of blocks long and activate this yourself remotely from somewhere just far away. Technically, you can still make a chunk loading system using a nether portal mechanic, but this would require quite a lot of effort and also wouldn't be as quick as an instant redstone line, for example. But let's head over to the topic of the video. Here is the movable stasis chamber that I made together with these sidecrafters. So quick explanation how this works before I launch the machine. We move the water by using the waterlocked block mechanic. So if you push it with a sticky piston that is powered by a short pulse, then the water source inside of the waterlock block isn't lost. Then using water mechanics, we generate a new water source where the sea lantern is right now. So we got a water source right here. The other water source is moved to this position. The sea lantern is moved out of the way. There's a block below. So basically, I have a block here and there, and then the water source would generate there. Alright, then using soul sand here for the bubble column. Have this double layer of soul sand, because if you would just push the soul sand forward, then the bubbles on top would just turn into water immediately and the enderpearls fall down if I do something like this. But yeah, we do it a bit differently. So we push this forward and upward like this. So pretty much like a chain would work. So piston feed tape that is movable. Alright, then the rest of the machine is just here we have this double piston to push the pearls forward. One piston wouldn't be enough because sometimes they bounce up a bit higher. That's why we need the second piston there. And the rest is just a clock that, powers the whole machine. Alright, let's turn this on. Looks a bit janky sometimes. The enderpearls don't get properly pushed. But I tested this for almost 1200 blocks yesterday. And I didn't lose any enderpearl. I saw that sometimes they really bounce up high, but the 2 high pistons seems to be enough. So I just got 2 pearls in there, tested for reliability. It really seems to work fine. I also tried to run this machine a little bit faster, so the block conveyor mechanic would also work a bit faster, but there lost the pearl. So it seems like this timing just seems to be perfect for this use, and the pearls don't get lost somehow. To ride this machine, you could just stand on one of the honey blocks, for example this one here. And then you can also stop it by placing a non-movable block here. To launch it again, you need to remove it and then update this piston. Unfortunately, there are no nice mechanics anymore, like in older versions that we could make a flint and steel fire to update the piston. The fire charge that worked afterwards also lost functionality. So it seems like in order to launch this, we have to place a block or something similar. Obviously, the machine itself is pretty cool, but what could this be used for? Technically, you could use it for travel, so if your friend throws an enderpearl in there and you travel somewhere with the machine, you could teleport your friend over, but that would be a bit slow. Also, you can't just send the machine off in the distance and then have it collide a couple thousand blocks of something and get teleported over there, because there are no nice chunk loading mechanics anymore that would allow this. Technically it would be possible if you time it with some nether portal systems, but it would be a lot of effort. Also, it's rather slow. The only situation that I could think of right now where this could be useful is to prank your friend. If your friend is maybe using one of those enderpearl stasis chambers, you could hijack his pearl and move it somewhere else. In case you want to move your own pearl some, you might be wondering how you get it in there, because you can't just throw it in there. The pearl has too much momentum. So the way I did it was I was just pillaring up 5 blocks, placed down water sources, threw the pearl in there, so it got slowed down by the water column. Then I removed it again. So I did it pretty much this way. Buckets. And then this would be ready to launch again. In case I want to build this, I'll do a quick tutorial, but one more note, this machine would also work in a cold biome. Make sure the observers are placed in a way so no snow layers could activate them in the wrong moment, and there's also sea lanterns that prevent the water from freezing. There's just one more thing, in case you want to stop this machine, this butted piston could activate at the wrong moment if you don't have a obsidian block there. So technically you can remove it, and then just wait until it activates again, but if a snow layer forms right on top of this piston, then it would launch. Alright, let's continue with the required materials for this. So you would need 2 sea lanterns, 1 redstone block, 10 soul sand, 11 observers, 10 normal pistons, 5 sticky pistons, 1 redstone lamp. Then I used some honey here, but instead of 8 honey blocks, you could also just use 8 more slime blocks for 11 total. Technically, you can also build this machine, using only honey, but that's usually not that requested. But I could also show it at the end of the tutorial. Then I also need some building blocks, and I was using some glass here, but any block would be fine there as well. Alright, I'll just start over here. Gonna place down a 2x5 of soul sand blocks. Then we can continue. Need to place down an observer right here and an upwards facing normal piston. Then we also need a normal piston here, an observer, and then any block in the back. Then we need a sticky piston there, a block that can be powered right next to it, and on top of that, normal piston facing this way. Okay, then we need a normal observer that points into that, and an upwards facing observer right there. Then on top of that, we have the redstone lamp and another observer pointing into this piston. Okay, then we have another sticky piston here, slime block, normal piston, and another slime block here. Okay, then we can continue. Another slime block here, sticky piston, observer. Then we need a slime block and an observer pointing into it from this side. Another sticky piston. Then I'm gonna switch over to the honey blocks now, since slime block wouldn't be required, but you can also use slime from now on. Sticky block, then normal block, and normal piston here. Alright, then continue from the front again with the water part. So we need a sea lantern here and there. Then next, totally forgot about the stair. Doing the material list, but that's something you should be easy to make. Then put a sticky block here as well. Then we need a sticky piston. On this side, we need some blocks so the water doesn't spill to the bottom. Create quite a mess down there. And in order to prevent the water from leaking out at this spot, I'm also gonna place down 2 blocks here. Then we need an observer powering this sticky piston. It's important sticky here, by the way. Normal piston wouldn't work. Then we continue, another block. Then at the back, we need another sticky block, so honey or slime. Then blocks here on the side. Alright, then we almost got it. We need another block. Then switch over to the normal pistons. Place them here on both sides. Here we're gonna have some sticky blocks again. 2 of those. And then the 2 normal pistons on top and observer powering both of them. And we just need to power those pistons somehow. So in case you don't need to worry about the snow layers, you could do that, but this could activate them at the wrong moment. So that's why I decided to do it like this. So it's snow layer proof. Right, then we also need a normal piston. It's getting powered by the observer here. Then here we have a normal block, sticky block, and then a redstone block right there. Then last, we're gonna place down downwards facing observer that would power this piston here. Okay, then we also need to grab 2 water buckets, waterlock stairs, and then this block here. Then we need to place another one here and here as well. Now I just need to get the enderpearl in there, either as I described before, or if you want to prank your friend, you might need to come up with a custom solution. Alright, then you can launch the machine, placing a block here, and stop it, placing the normal block in front. Okay, I mentioned that I also want to show you how you can build this without the slime blocks. So let's do that real quick. That slime block can be replaced immediately. If you place honey here, you need to make sure this sticky piston is getting powered. So we need to move this back a little bit. Sorry, up to the back. Just need to move it over like this. Then here we can have the next sticky piston. Can just power it from the side here. And ta-da! No slime blocks used. But yeah, this is still working. Alright, that's it for today. Thanks so much for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.